We know there's a heat warning in effect for parts of BC today, including Vancouver and the Okanagan. Temperatures there are expected to reach 35 degrees in some areas. Meantime, in other parts of the country, they are dealing with dry conditions that are hurting crops. They're putting a real strain on drinking water reserves. Joining us with more this morning is Environment Canada's Dave Phillips. Always good to have you with us.
Thank you, Anne-Marie. Nice to be with you.
So it's not just parts of BC. The prairies also going to feel some heat today. This is not unusual for them, but these conditions, if they're prolonged, can have some devastating effects.
Well, you're right. Certainly, we have seen the last half of summer has been very warm out west. I think British Columbians were, cursing the weather back in early summer and in spring. They said it was too wet, too cool. It's really been their blessing, because this has kept the forest fires at bay. I mean, yes, we've had fires in the Penticton area and Lytton, but not like we saw last year, which is province-wide. And so certainly we're seeing some very warm temperatures. It's not often you see a heat warning for Vancouver, and we're certainly seeing that. And all week it looks like it's going to be a warm situation, and that is also carrying through to southern Alberta and also the Northwest Territories. It's just under this high pressure area, this ridge. We're seeing a lot warmer conditions. Calgary's had twice as many hot days above 30 that they normally get in the last 40 days. Anne-Marie, has just been, I think you could count the number of cool days on the fingers on one hand. It's been just a long stretch of great weather, just day after day and week after week. And precipitation also has been fairly good for them. I mean, farmers always complain there's not enough precipitation, but overall, compared to last year, this has been really a good year from a crop point of view, and people have enjoyed the summer.
Yeah, I remember you and I talking last year. It was a deadly summer because of the heat.
Absolutely, it was, and it was dry. I mean, it was just almost a double whammy. It was too hot, too dry for too long, and too large an area. And we saw the consequences of that with deaths and poor crops. This year, it's been really been a blessing compared to conditions last year.
You know, we were talking about dry, and Ontario right now is having its second driest summer on record. What's driving that?
Well, again, it's this high pressure area, this ridge that's coming northward, and it just seems to sort of discourage any storm development. And it's quite variable, though. I mean, I think that certain farmers are saying it's been too dry, and then all of a sudden you'll get a thunderstorm that will just bring a month's worth of rain. So it's sort of like that situation. But temperature-wise, it's been across Ontario. It has actually been quite pleasant. I tell you, one of the hidden statistics I'm going to share with you, Anne-Marie, that you'll love, is that here in Ontario, certainly in the weekend since June 1st, we've had 29 Saturdays, Sundays, and holiday Mondays. Well, we have only had one day where it really was a washout. They had a couple of days where you might have had 1 or 2 millimeters, like a thimbleful of rain. Right. So it's almost as if the storms have avoided the weekends, and what a blessing that is.
Hey, I want to touch really quickly on a part of the country we don't chat about a lot, and that's in the Arctic. There are pockets of these dry conditions, and Iqaluit declaring a state of emergency because of water levels. What's happening up there?
Oh, Anne-Marie, you've got to feel sorry for the people in Iqaluit. I mean, of course, last winter, they had a breach of their water system. They could smell fuel. They had to boil water, and the water filtration plant was closed down for weeks. And now what they're seeing is no precipitation. I mean, since April, they've had maybe a third of their moisture. And so their main reservoir is very low. The river that feeds that is the lowest in 40 years. So, hey, from very sort of smelly, polluted kind of water to now where they can't get any, it's been a difficult year for them.
Always great to get a roundup of what's happening across our country from the weather and climate perspective. Nice to talk to you, Dave.
Okay, Anne-Marie, bye-bye now.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.